SMS Moltke. The German battlecruiser, launched in 1910, has come to World of Warships. Sitting at Tier 4, this versatile and manoeuvrable vessel sports a rather unique set of attributes, including a surprisingly proficient array of secondary batteries, a high top speed, plus an unusually low detection radius, especially when sporting the concealment expert skill. Today, we'll be taking this into a battle to showcase how she fares. Okay, here we are in our first game, and quite thankfully we have gotten a nice matchup here because we are top tier going against some tier 3s and 4s with a very small number of bots as well. Only one bot per team, which is quite nice, as earlier in the day today there were quite a few more and it just makes the gameplay a little more boring. So now we do have actual players to go against and we'll see how this thing fares. But before we get into any engagements, I'll quickly run through my ship build, which is also on screen now. But the thing is as well, since these are currently classed as special ships because they are in early access, you can swap out the commanders for free. So I've used my Odin commander, which is sitting at 16 points. It's not the most optimal build for the ship because I'm running a full secondary build, which is gun feeder, grease the gears, long range secondary batteries, manual secondaries and close quarters combat. Oh, and there's also the one for the torpedoes, I think that's vigilance. And so far it has been working rather well, since the secondaries have really helped generate a nice amount of extra damage and provided somewhat of a deterrent for destroyers or possibly some cruisers rushing me, which has been quite good. But I have also been experimenting with a second commander running emergency repair expert due to, as you can see here, you only get 4 damage control teams and 3 repair parties. Having a limited number of these is very detrimental, and after playing with the emergency repair expert commander, even though it was only a 10-point commander, it's quite evident that it is a very essential skill because otherwise I have been running out of these quite a lot. So I definitely say that's something more you'd want to go for your first 4-point skill. I mean, the thing is as well, a full secondary build on this probably isn't the most recommended anyway, because if you are using the signal to get the additional range, and we'll just open fire on the Charleston, you only get an additional kilometre and you can get your secondaries up to 6 kilometres, which at tier 4 is really good. It's the same as the Kaiser as well, but at the same time it's probably just not the most efficient because you could be spending them elsewhere. But as I say, I've got a 16-point commander anyway, so I might as well use it. Now for the upgrades, I've gone for the main armaments modification 1 and the damage control modification 1. The latter of those two is because, well, I want the fires and floods to last a little less. Oh, hello, that's a bit scary. To last a little bit less time, and so I don't have to be using the damage control teams quite as often. And we are actually going to open fire on this Wyoming since they have opened fire on us, and I am getting a bit sidetracked talking about my build. But yeah, so I did avoid picking the auxiliary modifications one instead because obviously this does have a lot of secondaries and a bit of anti-air, but I thought, since the secondaries are in casemates anyway, those are going to be rather hard to knock out. And as for the anti-air, there isn't really too much of that there anyway, because, well, when this thing was built, it was, or at least at the time of Moltke's construction, naval aviation was still really in its infancy at the time, meaning there wasn't really, it was a relatively small threat and there wouldn't have really needed to be too much mitigation taking out those planes. So as you can see, there are a few of them. You can see them on the guns here. They do look quite nice as well, but that's sort of why it has got a lower anti-air rating than the Kaiser does, which is, well, it's Moltke's tier 4 contemporary. And sorry, I'm really not paying too much attention, so I'm actually going to turn away this way from the Wyoming, because if I can sort of get sideways onto these guys instead, that's going to be much more beneficial. And hey, you might actually see this class 1 take some secondary hits here because they are well within range, which is quite nice. But so yeah, it's alright. I mean, the lack of, oh nice, okay, the lack of anti-air is certainly apparent, especially in double carrier games like this where they do focus you down, and I can tell you from first-hand experience, it's not fun. It really isn't fun. So there is that, but apart from that, it's really quite good. Now, I'm just going to start actually focusing on this game because I have been more just talking about how this plays, and maybe we can score it. Ooh, wow, okay, that was, considering this has got a sigma of, I believe it's 1.5, that was a very nice hit there, so I'm quite happy with that. And We do have a dreadnought, which is the tier 3 British premium, I think it is. Yeah, there it is. Ooh, careful of this Nyazovorov, and we're going to start going forward as well. See if we can get some hits on this Wyoming. Now, there are quite a few differences between Moltke and the Kaiser, because Kaiser is a much heavier battleship, and that is certainly quite apparent in the terms of, well, basically everything. I mean, it's a lot slower, so this thing is 28.4 knots, and compare that to the 23 of Kaiser. That is a big difference. Ooh, okay, they didn't get a fire set, which is quite nice. And the thing is, with this ship as well, if you do go with the Sierra Mike signal, you can get it to 29.8 knots, which is, it is rapid, that is. So you can, oh, sorry, let's see if we can maybe yoink a kill real quick. Oh no, I see other shots coming in. Ooh, okay, good. We just managed to get that in the last second there. And I think we'll actually focus on this Charleston next. And as well as the speed, there's also the maneuverability of Kaiser versus Moltke. So, ooh, okay, sorry, I'm just seeing this guy, he is broadside. But as well as that, the guns, the thing is, you'll notice there is a difference in caliber. You've got pretty much the same number of guns, so you've got 5 doubles on both of them, but on Kaiser you've got 305 mils versus 283s on Moltke, which is apparent because you do get quite a few non-penetrations when you're shooting battleships, but going against cruisers, it's a totally different story. You do get some really nice hits on cruisers, I've found. And, I mean, 1400 damage, it's... yeah, no, that's not really good. Now, if their guns aren't turning towards us, which doesn't appear to be so far, I'm actually going to pop a damage control. Oh, I hope they're not aiming at us anyway. No, they're not. We're going to turn away, and we are going to try and... Actually, I was going to say focus on the Dreadnought, but I think we can get quite a nice hit on this Gangot over here. But yeah, so there's also the matter of secondaries, and that's where Moltke is surprisingly really good. Because on Kaiser you've got 14 single 150 mils, and you do also have some, I think it's 80mm as well, but we're only going to talk about the 150s as they're the most influential on these. You've got 14 of those on Kaiser, and you've got 12 on Moltke, which really isn't much of a difference. Just get another shot over here. Which means if you are going for the full secondary build just for a bit of fun, then you can do a decent amount of damage, especially when they get up to full power or full accuracy, I guess. And we're just going to go and get the fire out here, and let's see if we can... okay, we do miss. Yeah, it's quite evident that the Sigma is rather low when you do get pretty poor accuracy like that, so we are going to go for the Dreadnought, and let's hope they are going to continue firing high explosive like they have been for the entirety of this match. But yeah, so the secondaries are really good on this. It's just a very surprising lineup, and especially when you consider the concealment, and okay, the Dreadnought has just gone dark. When you consider the concealment on this as well, it's really good. You can get it to 9.5 kilometers if you go with Concealment Expert, which is, honestly, it is amazing, and I don't really like doing this, but I think I may have to border hug here, because we are in a rather tough spot. I'm not liking this Langley's positioning. I'm going to... I've got to decide which target to go for here. Let's get a shot off here, and we're going to fire at the Dreadnought. And I was hoping that someone would listen. Oh yeah, that's it. We are going to be taking some of these. I think I might actually start heading away here, because we have absolutely no support. And okay, the Charleston has just been detonated, but I am going to start heading away now, because yeah, this really isn't going too well for me, and without support it's just rather stupid staying in this position, and that's where the low concealment comes in as well. So I think I'm definitely going to start experimenting a bit more, because I've had about 5 or so games in this so far, and honestly I'm really loving it, because I do generally like low tier games anyway, but this I've been having some really good games in. I mean, it's on average I've been getting about 50 to 90,000 damage now, which is quite nice. I mean, I'll pop a few screenshots on screen. I don't think I got 90k actually. I think it was like 80k, but still getting some reliable, decent damage as well, which is quite nice. And let's wait for all the guns to start turning in, and once we get to full speed, we can get far away. So it's that's the thing I quite like, is it's just a very odd set of things. All right, let's just get a shot off and start turning away now. Hopefully they are not reloaded or don't even realise we're here. Air 4,000 damage, so yeah, that is the problem. So we did get 2 non-pens and a ricochet there on 6 hits, which is quite a shame, but still, damage is damage, and I'm not going to complain. And, ooh, hello, there is the enemy dreadnought. Now, we do only have 2 of these damage controls left, and there is over half the enemy team left to face. So if they set us on fire, I might just pop my repair party instead, and let's try and get some hits on this dreadnought and keep on turning away, and let some of our teammates start soaking up some of the damage instead. I mean, I am top tier here, so of course I do need to be at the forefront of absorbing damage for the team, but at the moment it's better staying alive, heading away, and then re-engaging at a later point. But yeah, so far I'm certainly quite liking this, and I am really looking forward to when this event starts as well, because trying out some of the higher tier ships I'm really looking forward to, because, oh, should I use 10 seconds worth of this? I think I'll leave it. But with how these things are playing, at least this tier, it's really quite enjoyable. It's definitely a refreshing style of play, and we are side onto a Gangut. We are going to start turning, and thankfully the high speed and relatively, I mean, the rudder shift time, it's not bad. Ooh, that was poor. Every single one of them was either a ricochet or a non-penetration, and that's not the best. But yeah, I'm certainly looking forward to trying out some of these further ships in the line and see how they are. So I'll definitely do some first impressions or some videos in this same sort of style, like this. Or okay, sorry, I'm just working out what we should really do here, because this is a very not skewed game, because we now do have 2 caps and we've got perfect map control, but in terms of ships, it is identical here pretty much. I mean, we have lost 1 carry, which could cause a problem. But yeah, this guy in chat has been setting this for quite a while now. CV, get the dreadnought, and he is right there. He should go for the dreadnought, because that will be some easy points. Because at the moment they are generating points. At the moment, it's only a single cap, but they are still generating. And if there is, oh no, I've just seen what this Kniaz Suvorov is doing. Going against their successor and taking a lot of damage whilst doing it, which is rather bad. So I'm going to try and kite this up. Well, let's get some shots off while their guns aren't even pointing towards us. But I think I'm going to start using some high explosive, because we're not having much luck going against the Gangut, as they have got a decent amount of armor. And wow, that was poor. Okay, that was really poor. That was no damage at all. And oh, I do apologise, Miyogi. Let me just try and slow down here. Scope them. Are they naked? They are. Okay, that's always a good sign, isn't it? When your teammates are naked. Right, let's maybe set fire here. Let's just get this, as it does appear to that they are turning, and we are flipping the alpha cap, which is brilliant. And the Romulus, hopefully they are dropping some. Oh wow, double fire. That's quite nice. Get a bit of damage on them, and hopefully the Romulus does just keep their distance from the Dante Alighieri and just continues to get the alpha cap. But either way, that is now stopping the enemy from generating any points, and then we can start to close the gap, because we do still have 7 minutes left. So we should be... Ooh. Let's just angle a bit. Okay, no, they blind fired and missed, so that's completely fine. Now, the thing I'm curious about is, are they just letting this burn for the sake of it? Because the damage controls do come off cooldown relatively quickly on these Russian ships, and they have not put these fires out. Oh, that is a 3rd fire. I think they are sunk. Granted that the Kosomolet does not steal the kill, I think we should be good. Oh, there we go, perfect. So that would indicate that they had run out of damage control. So, especially on the Russian ships as well, getting the skill, the emergency repair expert, is certainly quite an essential thing to do. Now we are going to fire on this dreadnought here, try and set some additional fires, and although we don't have any repair parties now, the risks of taking damage are a lot lower. And I've just realised our Kosomolet has decided to start charging the cap for, well, I can see for absolutely no reason. I mean, thankfully the dreadnought is currently honed in on the Miyogi, but if they start firing on the Kosomolets, then it's not going to take them long to take them out, so we are going to have to try and help out here. So I'll fire this next salvo off, and then get some armor piercing going, because they are giving us a side, and they are on a lot lower HP as well, which is beneficial to us. Now, do we set a fire? No fires, but 2,000 damage is quite good. Unfortunately, I've just noticed on the Alpha Cap over here, the Isukaze and the Dante Alighieri are now pushing the Romulus away, and oh no, they have got a competent Ryan player, as the Ryan is now hunting down the Romulus, and they're probably going to get the well, yeah, they have got the Alpha Cap, but there's no way we're really going to get that back. Now, let's try and get a nasty hit here. Oh, maybe we secure the kill. That would be quite good. Okay, I will happily take that, and I'm gonna. Ooh, okay. I never noticed we had an Orion on the team. So, for those of you, if you're not too familiar with some of the ships in this game, if you want a very good, somewhat, well, I'd say borderline overpowered ship, then go down the British battleship line, because the Orion is an absolute monster. That thing has got probably some of the best AA at tier 4, and honestly, it's just one of the better ships at tier 4. I absolutely love it. So, yeah, definitely check that out if you haven't played that already, and it's also just a generally quite a fun line, and then you get to go down to the Conqueror, where you can start 3D printing an entire ship every couple of minutes, which definitely comes in helpful a lot. And okay, the Dante Alighieri has just knocked out the Romulus, so it is up to me, the Orion, the Kosomolet, and the Myogi. Now, this Langley has not moved, and I'm assuming they are not going to move this game at all. So once they get into range, we should be able to get some nice hits. And I'm very curious as to why the Myogi has not actually gone for the Langley, because that should be an easy kill for them, or at least even just some easy damage. So we're going to get some shots off, but I'm just going to go and hunt down this Orion because, I mean, it's free damage, so why not? And okay, they have open fire and 3,000 damage, but it looks like the Myogi did manage to get a Citadel there through the nose, which is very good for us. So if we can take this carrier out, I mean, the points have already been balanced out now. It is well in our favour. The Dante Alighieri is not going to be able to get down here. Isukaze may cause some issues, but I think this game is in the bag. I mean, it's certainly, you should never count your chickens before they've hatched, but I'm rather confident that we do have this game in the bag. I mean, hopefully I can secure the kill. Maybe a cheeky Citadel would be quite nice. Come on. Oh no, they just started moving. They have just started moving in the last second here. Okay. I don't think we're going to get the kill, because I was hoping if we could get the Langley and then possibly the Ryan as well, we could get a Citadel, get a Kraken, but I think if the Myogi does manage to get another shot off, then we are not going to get that at all. I mean, if we can clear this island, I think we're clear now. So I'm just going to fire. Please clear the island. Oh, no. No. Oh! Okay, perfect. All right. Whilst doing that, I have neglected to address the fact that we are heading towards an island, so thankfully turn away. And we have got some... Oh, you know what? Let's have a look how these secondaries fare. We're going to be going into a secondary engagement with Orion, which is... Well, I mean, the German carriers, they have got some decent secondaries as well, so this will be an interesting engagement here. So I'm hoping the Orion doesn't knock anything out, because I really... What's the Isukaze on? 5,000. Please do not kill it, Orion. I would be very thankful if you didn't. 70. If they kill that Isukaze, then we are in trouble. And Orion right around this corner. Come on. I don't think we're going to get the Kraken here. Oh, are they running away? Oh, yes. Okay, brilliant. I know that's really bad that I am happy that my teammate's dead, but at the same time, that means I can now hunt down the carrier. I'm very happy with that. We're going to start pursuing them and hopefully hurt them a bit. Now, the Rhine does have armor-piercing bombs, so we do need to be careful here, but thankfully we don't have two carriers going against us now. It is just the Ryan and myself. Oh, okay, that was close. Wait for our anti-air to come off cooldown, or our priority sector. And now, as you can see, our secondaries are firing, and they will... Ooh, come on. Ah, there we go. Thankfully, the Rhine is slower than us, and it appears they are they reversing? Yeah, they're reversing, so that's... Oh, that's bad. That's really bad. We need to kill these guys now. Well, guys, not plural, but... Come on. This is rather scary, because I do not have any other repair parties. Oh no, we won on points. That is such a shame, but still, we managed to come out with 4 kills, and I'd definitely say that was a pretty decent result. So 82,000 damage with a decent amount of hits there. There's quite a few ricochets and non-pens. So 4 destroyed, that would have been a Kraken, but honestly, I'm quite happy with that because as live games go, they don't usually go too well for me, so having something like that is definitely quite nice. Only 3 fires, and that was with firing armor piercing most of the game. We'll go into the detailed report in a second. Team score, let's have a look. Okay, oh wow. Okay, the Romulus, I'm going to give them a compliment to play well because they kept those 2 guys at the top of the map entertained for a very long time and evidently did a lot in this game. Probably more in the fact of capping and other things such as that, so that's definitely quite good. But detailed report, let's have a look. So 33k on the Gangwut, some on the Dreadnought, some on the Langley, and then negligible amounts on these last ones here. So secondary batteries, wow, we only hit 5 of the 65, so yes, definitely a secondary build on this is not recommended, but it was more just entertaining to see how it would fare. But 12,000 on the fires, we managed to do 60k on AP, 8 on high explosives, so overall definitely quite good. So I'm going to be playing around with some of these builds now until the event actually drops, and then at that point it'll be effective. Okay, I'll know exactly how this line goes, and then I can make some nice builds for the ships further up the line and hopefully get some nice gameplay from those as well. But apart from that, that really is it for this video. So I hope you've enjoyed or found it useful in some way, and that does really conclude the video. So I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one.